It's a 4-foot ring.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We'd ask that you please rise. Take your hand to face the national flag for the playing of our national anthem. Introducing first the starters, the Holland Hurricanes. Number 6, Amy Plaganoff. Number 7, Lisa Holland. Number 8, Lawrence Bergstrom. Number 9, Celeste Portland. Number 10, Paola Jimenez. Head coach, Chris Conley. Introducing now the student for number 7, number 9,
Hello, basketball fans, and welcome to a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in downtown Sackville, New Brunswick, on the campus of Mount Allison University. My name is David Tingley, joining you from the brand new, renovated, gorgeous-looking McCormick Gymnasium. Honored and privileged to be a proud alumnus, broadcasting for the first time from this new gymnasium, and we got a real good doubleheader for you this afternoon here from Sackville fans. We got the first place Holland Hurricanes and the Mount Allison Mounties matching up here, and we'll get into we've got to stop for a moment. The clock started running before tip, but that's all right. They'll just wait a beat of 3 before things get going. So the Mounties Maddie Greatorex looks inside. Up goes Jillian Mumford. Blocked. Up again goes Mumford. Nothing there. Greatorex trying to rip it out, but it's taken away by Holland. And Holland Hurricanes, Carla Benitez, a walking triple-double for them. But the thing about Carla is, if you can turn her into a jump shooter, which is what I'm guessing Mount A is going to try to do. Everyone tries to do it. Easier said than done as you see that ball handling from her. She's a wizard, and she's quick, and she's athletic, and she's tough to stop. Miss there from Shalise Hoylett, and back come the Mounties. Greatorex running the show at the point, looking for a screen from Abby. Miller gets it. Nice give, but it's a little bit late, a little bit behind her. Knocked out of bounds, but Mount A maintains possession. Abby Miller, the fifth-year player out of Mount Denson, Nova Scotia. So we had a little bit of a rough start here with the new clock. As you can see, fans from the building, everything's not 100% finished, as I'm sure you can tell. There's chairs in here for the fans, not the bleachers that will be here in the spring once they put the finishing touches on the gym. So the referee's having a little bit of a chit-chat here with the bench to make sure things are in order. And so still a discussion here over how much time Mount A is going to have left here for possession number one. Now things are settled, and here we go. Finds its way to Abby Miller. She spins, and she's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. The coaching staff is not pleased, led by Chris Connolly, with that call. But Mount A likes to force feed Abby in there, and there's a reason for that. She's got good footwork, good body control, finds herself getting to the line a whole lot. And she's very effective when she gets there. 1 for 2 from the line, and coming in, Carla Benitez, skying for that rebound. One of the league leaders in just about any category you can muster. Carla Benitez, and a tough foul there. Sophie Trail out challenging that 3.
Foul on Mounties, number 9, Sophie Trail. That's her first.
And going to the line for free throws is going to be Lisa Belander. Now I get the instinct to want to fly at Belander. She makes almost 38% of her threes, shooting almost 10 a game. So she is a weapon from out there. If Belander, she's about 9 a game, or almost 10 a game. Amy Plaganoff shoots over 7 a game. They don't have a conscience from out there, nor should they. They're both very good shooters. Plaganoff had a little bit of a dry spell for a while here through a few games. She's barely shooting 30% from the year from 3, but when she gets cooking, look out. If they get cooking at the same time, with Benitez dropping dimes, and the other scorers they have, Armstrong and Hoylett, both averaging about 9 a game from their spot, and both capable of, erupting for 20, 25 at a time. So it's a potent offensive lineup, the starting 5 for Holland. If you can get to their bench, and if you can turn Benitez into a bit of a jump shooter instead of a driver, you got a chance. But no one's had much luck so far this year with them, including these Mounties. Abby Miller, oh boy, she had spot carved out, Trail missed her. The drive, though, too strong from Tori James, and back comes the Hurricanes. Benitez, though, good transition from Mount A. Benitez had to stop, pop there from the wing. That was Plaganoff. She was short. Greatorex with the move on the baseline, a little Euro step, not there, doesn't go. Abby Miller can't collect. Hoylett can. The back will come, the Hurricanes. Molly Stedman now onto the floor. Her shot attempt was erased. Inside, Jillian Mumford sliding over, and she is a problem for the opposition. Jillian Mumford in her second year, really taking a step forward, and she is tough to handle both offensively and defensively. Tori James with the excellent defense on the sideline, forcing a turnover. Back to the Mounties, stuck 3-1 here, 8:05 remaining first quarter from the new and improved McCormick Gym with your decidedly old and not improved announcer, Dave Tingley here on ACAA TV. Inside, oh yes, the easiest buy for Abby Miller. That's a go-to move of hers. She can spin either way. She can use both hands. She prefers that right. And it's that footwork. She's tied to score. Benitez with a turnover. Back on the Mounties. Tori Janes. Looking for a screen from Miller. Gets it. She attacks and lays it in and one. Tori Janes using that screen from Abby Miller. Abby's such a threat on the roll. Nice little hezzy up top from Tori. She got all the way to the glass and laid it in. And a old-fashioned three-point play here for Miss Janes coming up. So the top 5 on the women's side have really separated themselves from the bottom 3. It's going to be super tight as Abby Miller in there collects an offensive board. Can't get the rebound to go, but penetrating inside and a miss there, a little too strong. That time, Hillary Shea on the penetration. Toilet cut off. Belander. With the crossover, nothing there. Some tremendous defensive possession for the Mounties. And a wide left three-point range for Carla Benitez against the clock. And the Mounties get it back. Mounties would have come into this year, I think, as the odds-on favorites on the women's side, being literally 12 deep. When they have to sit players, the Mounties, they're not sitting any weak sisters over there. They are sitting 3 players that could play significant minutes on any other team in this league, and they rotate who the 3 are. Oh, Belander got a shot blocked out there by Janes, and it's back to the Mounties, and Janes is going to push. Here comes the screen from Abby Miller. Uses it again. Gets all the way to the glass again. Lays it in again. Tori Janes operating that pick and roll. Holland needs to call a timeout and talk about it. 7-3 Mounties, 6:10 left in the first quarter as we go to our first break. So when you check out the standings, Mount St. Vincent leads the way on the girls' side. They moved to 9-1 yesterday with a big win, but Holland right on their trail at 7-2. Stu 6-2. They play Crandall up in Fredericton currently. We'll check on the out-of-town scoreboard as we move along through the day. But Mount A there, 5-2. A couple of games in hand over the teams ahead of them. Had some games moved around and postponed because of the situation with the gym here, getting it finished. But she's all done now and looking good. Shiny and new in here, fans. I know you can see some of the ones that are late to join that there's no stands, there's no bleachers in yet. Those will be going in the spring, and they'll finish things up, get things looking sharp, even more sharp come September of next year for the start of the season. But the floor is in great shape. They got most of the fancy decorations on the wall if they want up. They got the scoreboard in place. Plenty of absolutely in game condition now. Had to delay a game last weekend with some last minute issues, but those are solved. We'll make the up a Crandall game with the girls and the guys in a midweek game here somewhere along the way in February or March. Benitez has to really come meet the ball. It was almost a handoff from Belander there. Had to work hard against Greater X to get the ball in. Belander now to Hoylet. Hoylet with the crossover. Good defense though again, but yeah, last minute. Got smacked on the arm from Lauren Furlong. That was a nice little crossover move from Hoylet. Hoylet and Benitez both got good ball skills. They're explosive, athletic, tough to contain off the bounce. He's done a good job so far, but Hoylett's going to go to the line for 2, and she makes the first.
As a line, number 9, Louise Hoylet.
Well, it's an 80% free throw shooter. You see why. 2 out of 2 for her. Benitez going to take a little rest. Comes Lauren Armstrong back into the game. Nargita Dema also into the game for the Hurricanes. Little screen there. Find Maddie Greatorex wide open at the 3. She's going to penetrate, take it all the way with the left hand. Gets hit. She's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Mount A tough to contain off the bounce right now. Holland getting a taste of their own medicine that way. Danielle McKinnon also into the game for Holland, so it's McKinnon, Belander, Hoylett, Dema, and Armstrong, the 5 for the Hurricanes. And right now for Mount A, it's Tori Janes, Greatorex. Almost a turnover there at half court. Greatorex is such a handful defensively. Danielle Alexander, the freshman from Woodstock, onto the floor for the Mounties as well. That pass is never going to get there. Tori Jane stepped right in and took it away. On the move, she's going to use a screen from McKinnon. Oh, there's some space carved out by Mumford in there. Up and in for 2. The depth and size of Mount A up front is a problem for teams in this league. And so is their press defense right now for Holland. Another turnover back to the Mounties, 9-5. 5:03 the clock, first quarter. Checking in for the Mounties. It's going to be Sophie Trail back in. Greatorex going to take a break. Talked about the depth of the Mounties. They can run 12 people at you. It's Emma Roberts, Reese Nowlin, who's hurt, and Amelia Mitchell, the 5, the 3 taking a break for the Mounties in this game today. Pretty stuff. The Mounties not able to collect, but another nice pass. Off the back of the rim was the shot from Sophie Trail, rebounded by Alexander. She wasn't able to get it to go. Holland back the other way. Knocking it out of bounds there. Lauren Furlong. So it's Trail, Furlong, Alexander, Mumford. Furlong, the 5 for the Mounties. Not there. Baseline move. Swung all the way around to Dema. Turns it over the other way. Down a lot of ball pressure. Holland a little bit panicked here. Feels like it could be a bigger lead for the Mounties. They've missed some bunnies inside. Feels like they're severely outplaying Holland at the moment. Oh, nice cut there from Alexander. Good block cut from Armstrong. Miss from the wing, the jump shot is going the other way. Boy, looked like a good fight in there to me. Pick out a foul. Not bad, I'm not sure, but referees felt differently. And funnily enough, they're not going to change things. Benitez, by the way, checked back in for Holland for trying to put a stop to these turnovers a little bit, I'm guessing. Run the show a little more effectively. A little shoving match there with Tori Janes at half court. Dema over to Armstrong. She's going to want to post up Benitez. Benitez feels it coming and kicks it to the corner. Wide open 3, and that's money for Amy Plaganoff. 9-8. Down A, using that screen of Alexander's. Swung all the way over. Laura Furlong up and in for 2. Sometimes that roll isn't there, but Mounties got so many effective penetrators and shooters from the wing that it's tough to stop that. You stop that initial screen roll movement, they can kick it to the wing for an open 3 or a penetration. Benitez with the move, it got knocked away from behind from Tori Janes. Now she's up ahead of the field. She's going to try to lay it in, but foul there from Amy Plaganoff, and she's going to go to the line for 2 more free throws. Coming back in for the Mounties, Miller, Greatorex, Katie Feesby with her first minutes.
That's the first, team 4. At the line,
Furlong's out, as well as Jillian Mumford. Shooter, Tori James, she's going to be subbed out as long as she makes her second one.
No.
James a 75% free throw shooter, but misses both of those on that occasion. Trying to defend now on Benitez. Oh, nice cut, but ill-advised pass. It was nicely blocked there. Beautiful stuff from Sophie Trail, getting in the way of that. James now. Yeah, that was a while. I was going to say, she was planted in there pretty good. Slow developing screen roll there. Abby Miller was carving out that spot well ahead of time, but that screen roll from Alexander and Trail was a little too slow developing. She was planted in there for a good 5 seconds. Pressure from Mount A caused a little bit of issues for the Hurricanes. Token pressure that time. Benitez rejects the screen. Demo goes in the corner. They're going to be trapped there. No, they get out of it. Benitez with a step back, not her specialty. Oh boy. Not able to finish the possession for the Mounties. Armstrong now. She's going to spin and try to force one up. Gets through. Oh, boy. A little luck involved on that one. But hey, applaud the effort of Armstrong. She was the quickest one to the ball and paid off. Nice job by Miller collecting that one. But a little bit of wild shot there, underhand, off of that spin. Benitez with a hezzy. Yeah, that looked funny, and it was, yeah. Double dribble. Chris Connolly does not agree, but the athletics record of referees not changing their calls continues into the 110th year of basketball. So 11-10 Mounties, 2:09 remaining first quarter. First game here, the brand spanking new gym here on the Mount A campus in Sackville, New Brunswick. I'm Dave Tingley, joining you on ACAA TV and YouTube. Good kick to the corner, wide open three. Money from range for Megan Philbrick, who on the floor for the Mounties, contributing right away. 4-point lead now. Under 2 minutes left first quarter. Drive and kick to Armstrong in the corner. She doesn't want the three. She's going to take the pull-up. Wide right. Back to the Mounties. Mounties doing some damage off this screen roll. Having a tough time covering it. Two more new ones in. Benitez going to take a seat along with Plaganoff. Back in is Danielle McKinnon, fourth-year player from Valley View, Alberta. Hoylet back in. Screen roll opportunity. Penetration this time gets it blocked. Armstrong got a hand on it. Hoylet, she's supposed to go. Can't get around. Greater X. So tough defensively off the bounce. Step back three. Good box out there. Feesby over to collect. Greater X in front of Katie Feesby. Great box out by her. Screen this time. Trail using that screen that time. Got the ball in down low to Abby Miller. She was hit. That's going to be the fifth on the Canes, and 2 shots for Abby Miller.
Foul number 8 for the Hurricanes.
Miller spotted the line for Abby. Caitlin Samard into the game. I think that's everybody into the game now for the Mounties in the first quarter. It is, yeah. All available players have now set foot on the floor in the first quarter, and that is par for the course. Coach Ryan Chase, he likes to play everyone, because he can trust all 12 of his girls to play the way he wants. 2 for 2 from Abby Miller at the line. Julian Mumford back in, second-year player from Calgary. I think an all-star like Abby Miller goes to the bench, you lose something, but not on this squad. A little reach in there for Mumford, but only the third of the quarter for the Mounties. Still got 1 to give. They don't lose very much going to the bench, and Mumford's a starter, of course, but Alexander rotates in. Of course, you you got Megan Philbrick. Good size from her on the down low as well, or on the wing. No matter where she operates, this front court is a problem for a lot of players. Is that going to be a screening foul? It is, yeah.
For Hurricanes number 9, Shalise Boylan. That's her first.
Her first. Player control foul, no free throws. Back to the Mounties, 16-10 now. 45 seconds, first quarter, shot clock running. Here from Sackville. Oh, that was not going to get there. That was a tight window to get that in. Look at Mumford hop on the floor, try to keep it alive. It's going to go back to Holland, but not a live ball turnover. And little stuff like that matters. Live ball turnovers against Holland can be deadly. So a little thing like that, it looks small, but getting down on the floor and turning it into a side out, that matters because Mount A's set defense, as you've seen, is tough to score against. That was never going to get there. Multiple times now, that's not worked out for them, and it's been Tori James that's been the one stepping in. I think that's her third time. Just that sort of steal. Nice move there inside from Megan Philbrick, and she's going to go to the line for 2 more. All wanted to ease over that brand new rim. McCormick Gymnasium and get in the hole, but no can do. But she's got 2 shots in the line. Philbrick. Sinnott into the game now. Ava Sinnott, first-year player in Charlottetown. You see the youth on the squad for Holland. There's 1 fourth-year player. Everybody else. Danielle McKinnon's in her 4th year. Everyone else got a 1 or a 2 by their name. So 1 shot now from Mount A as Raiderex ran down that shot. Trail's going to use the screen for Mumford. Oh, a pop. 1 dribble pop doesn't go though. And the first quarter comes to an end. Mount A, 16
2 minutes on the clock.
10. Feels like your Mounties outplayed the Hurricanes a little bit by more than that, to be honest. But Holland hanging around, defending at the rim. Mount A missed some bunnies, missed some free throws. The Hurricanes only stuck 6 here, despite first quarter well below their standards. But Mount A, count their defense as the problem there. So we'll go to the out-of-town scoreboard. Don't have a sponsor for this yet. Any potential sponsors out there listening want to sponsor our out-of-town scoreboard? No? All right. So we'll call it the Dave Tingley out-of-town scoreboard for now. Check on what's happening elsewhere in the ACAA. Man, Bill Gibson up there in Fredericton taking handling the Tommies. Crandall, looks like it is 7:04 left in the second quarter there, and Stu up 29-14 over the short-handed Crandall Chargers. I know they're missing their all-star Crandall today. A twisted ankle yesterday. Not good. Didn't look good for her. Hopefully she is back sooner than later, but that twisted ankle didn't look fun yesterday. King's College also hosting UMBSJ. That game has not started yet. That game starts at 2, so support the, if you're interested in this game, fans, make sure you support the other ACAA teams and their broadcast. So switch back and forth. Go check out Crandall playing in Stu. Go check out the UMBSJ King's College games later today. But if you're enjoying what you're hearing now, and God knows why you're hearing my voice being shoved into your ears, but if you're enjoying what you hear, stick around for the guys' game at 3 p.m. That's going to be a fun one. First place, Holland Hurricanes. Second place on the women's side, first place on the guys' side. Their record on the line, their first place record on the line against Mounties, coming in at 3 and 4. The Mounties trying to get back to 500. Won their last couple before the break, did the Mounties. Holland at 8 and 1. A couple games ahead, a game and a half ahead, I guess, if you use the the baseball analogy, game and a half ahead of Mount St. Vincent at 7-3. So that game's coming up after this start of the second year. Trail, great arrest. Down to Alexander now, trying to carve out some spot. Oh, that looked like it was good from the wing, but it was in and out. There for Caitlin Samard, back to the Hurricanes. Penetration from Armstrong there. Pull up. Short by Melander. Rebound. Samard back the other way. Come down as Trail to use the screen. Alexander. She does. Laying back there real deep on that. Was Benitez. She shot one up from distance to Trail. Listen, back comes Benitez. Comes all the way to the corner. Boylan, she needs some size 9 sneakers instead of 10. Her heels were on the line. Back to the Mounties. Fans, I got a little bit, one thing that's going to improve with this gym as it becomes fully complete, I'm sure, is my broadcasting spot as Benitez steps in front of Mumford, takes it away. One-on-one against Alexander. Alexander defends it well, but a follow-up from Armstrong up and in. Two. My broadcasting spots, if you see me, you'll be hesitating a little bit on what's going on the floor. It's probably because someone's standing up a good way. I apologize in advance, but another turnover from Mounties. Back comes Hoyland this time. She's going to drive up and in. No good. Samard cut her off. Bellied up. She's going to go to the line for two as Shalise Hoyland.
Foul line number 10, Caitlin Small. That's her first.
Comes in.
First.
She's a good all-around player as well. Good rebounder for her size. Over 6 boards a game. Like I say, averaging 8.8 points, but she's more explosive than that. It's a balanced team. They got 6 players averaging almost 10, kind of either in double figures or almost there, so they're balanced. Well, it's explosive though. She can go for 20 or 25, just like all these top 6 for Holland team. Oh, pretty stuff. Oh, that was gorgeous. There from Sophie Trail, waiting for Alexander to join her. Drop the dime to her lay-in. Gets free from the wing there from Melander, and back up the Mounties. Raider X up the Trail. She gets cut off nicely on the baseline there. Davis in it. Down a half court now. Raider X. She's gonna drive, gets in there, pops for 2 from the foul line, nails it. Maddie Raider X is looking for her offense. Makes this Mount A team that much more dangerous in the half court especially. Running that screen roll up there as effectively as Trail does. Which is tough to do. So does Trail nailed it today in that roll. Good kick to Belanda. That's wide open. You can't let her be that wide open. Forget it. Belanda. Money. That much time. Benitez found her. 3-point game. Trail. Raider X. Raider X is going to pull up and shoot another one lefty. Misses. Falls to Benitez. Benitez to Hoyland. Hoyland running the floor. She's going to lay it in for 2. Tie score. Pardon me, 1-point game. Excuse me. Mounties 20, Kings 19. 7:04 clock running. Trail. Not there. Pardon. That was James, excuse me. Trail. Listen. That's going to be a little ambitious. James now going to check out along with Alexander. For the Mounties, it's Furlong and Mumford. It's Furlong, Mumford, Abby Miller, Sophie Trail, and Maddie Greaterx. Trail using the screen this time for Mumford. Now Mumford guards on space. Can't quite get it to her. On the wheel there now. Greaterx penetrates. She gets hit. Dribble handoff action. Getting some good advice there from some fans watching the game about our sound mix. Our first broadcast here from our spot, so thanks fans. We'll getting the same thing from a couple of people out there. Andy Sharp, thanks for listening, buddy. So we'll take a look at that at halftime. So for now, I'll try to speak up a little bit. Apparently, I'm a little bit low. So thanks for Lander. Back to back for the Canes, and now they've got a 1-point lead all of a sudden out of nowhere. Trail now inside. Abby Miller spinning. Left hand goes up, and she's reenacting it for the coaching staff after. Criticizing, critiquing her move.
Foul number 8, Lauren Armstrong. That's her second. She's second. At the line for the Mounties, number 16, Abby Miller.
So Abby Miller to the line for 2, trying to give the Mounties the lead right back. The Canes here have played a much cleaner second quarter. Side rim from Abby. Gets to the line a lot, but only a 53% free throw shooter. Definitely, if you're going to go after a weakness of hers, that would be the weakness. Lander. Off to Benitez. Oh boy, pretty crossover. She found Sinnott. Sinnott found out to the wing to Laganoff. That was a wild miss, but fight for the rebound underneath, and Benitez ties up Miller, and it stays with the Hurricanes. Good hustle play there from Benitez. Lander comes to beat it. She's got space. She gets it off. She just made 2. Saw it coming a mile away. You give her any space when she gets cooking, and it's going up. On balance, off balance, doesn't matter. She had some daylight. She made it. Furlong now, top, in and out for 3, rebounded there. Like, that was Mumford, a 3-pointer from the top. It's a follow from Trail, just wide left. It stays with the Mounties, knocked out off of the Hurricanes. Greatorex now, she's going to key it in. I was going to say that play's taking a long time to develop. They got it in the last second of Trail. Inside nicely to Mumford. Mumford up and in. A little step through from Mumford. Kept it high. Laid it in. Back to a 1-point game. Oh, nice move inside. Good stuff. Carla Benitez. She's so tough to contain off the bounce. She's gonna get you a couple times a game. You just can't do anything about it. She's too talented. Trail. Yeah, she's going to get called for an offensive chicken wing push off there. So all the Mounties are moving. The game was wrong. Isabella Jones had not been in yet. Now she is. Now we've seen all 12 Mounties in the first half. Mumford, Greatorex. And Furlong will take a break. Tori James back in along with Feasby. And the first appearance of Jones. Benitez. Handshake. James at the top. It's going to be another 3. No. That was side rimmed. Thankfully, if you're a Mount A fan, Lander. Oh, nice look inside. And another nice look inside. Pretty stuff from Isabella Jones with her left hand off 2. Nice inside handoffs. Looked like Amy Plaganoff had kind of some happy feet there. Looked like she traveled before she stepped into the foul.
That's her first.
No call.
Entering the game from Mounties, number 7, Maddie
Maddie
Greatorex.
Greatorex checks right back in for Sophie Trail. Was confused about the call, as we all are. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Sinnott, the handoff to Benitez. She's going to pop a 3. Doesn't make a lot high percentage from out there. Misses that one. Two Mount A players were fighting for the ball. And it bounced to Sinnott. Sinnott got it stripped. That's, I think, the right call. That overturn, I think, is the right call. Chris Connolly, Holland coach, looking for a foul on that one. Coach Jade share a moment at the top. Friendly moment. Long 3 there, Plaganoff in and out. back come the Mounties. Another try to get that lead back. Jones setting the screen up top. Greatorex not there. On the bounce. James with a little bit of a wild left-hander. Yes, Benitez secured that rebounder, and Jones couldn't resist reaching in. That's 4 fouls now on the Mounties. Next one, the Canes are going to shoot. Once Benitez has 2 hands on it, forget it. She's got the board, get out. Pardon me, only 3 fouls on the Mounties, it looks like. Must have gotten it up quick, very, very quick. Making sure they had the right Mountie on the foul there, so it's 3 fouls. 3-2 Mounties. 3-2 the other way for fouls, so both teams with a foul to give still. That was, Hurricanes wanted a foul call. That was just a wild play offensively. I don't think it was deserving a foul call. The other way, though, the Mounties get one as Feesby drives all the way to the hole. Yeah, it was just a little wild for Blaganash. She just kind of threw her body into somebody. Was hoping to get a call, and no can do. Pardon me, James, not Feesby on the drive there. Tori James
4 on the clock.
2 free throws. She's had a real good first half. She's been running that screen roll at the top very effectively. And they probably would like to have a few of their shots in the key around the rim, 5 feet in or so back. Haven't made a super high percentage so far in this first half, but they do have still a 1-point lead, and I'm reaching and Tori James do it right away. What am I doing? Now the next. No, I was right. It was. See, I knew it. Never doubt yourself, fans. Never doubt yourself. That's the 5th foul on the Mounties, so that makes it a bad foul, a very bad foul on Tori James. It wasn't a great one to begin with, but it becomes worse when you're putting Lisa Belander at the line for 2 free throws. She's got to check out now. Furlong right back in. Your player to Amherst. Lander makes the second, 29-28, 3:32 clock running first half. First game here from brand spanking new Mount A gym here on the Sackville campus. Proud alumnus. Pleased to be doing the first games here in the new gym today. Looks great in here. Not finished. Those of you that are late to join us. Not finished in here, obviously. No bleachers yet. Finishing touches like that will come in the spring, but it's certainly more than capable of having some fans in here watching some good basketball, and they're watching a good one so far today. Alexander got that rebound, but put it down. Good call as well. She lost that and then gave a shove trying to give it back, but the thing you ought to do is get that rebound. Do not bring it down to your waist. Keep it nice and high. Danielle will learn that. She's gonna be a real good one in this league once she fully has her feet under her. Back to the line. This time it's Sinnott. Davis in it, rookie from Charlottetown. Makes one. Now finds his way to Mumford. Now to Greatorex. Ollie Stedman back on guarding Greatorex. Oh, nice little cut. Feesby. That jumper doesn't go though. Greatorex after the board, but she knocks it out of bounds. Stedman collected. Back to the Canes, 2-point lead. More token pressure for the Mounties, and now Benitez gets up ahead of steam. A 1-2 pass, that's a wide open 3 for Danielle McKinnon. Doesn't go, run down nicely by Megan Philbrick. They want it back onto the floor for the Mounties. Another screen roll for Greatorex. Mumford, but a turnover. Oh, Mumford's able to collect, nicely done. And a good move inside by Philbrick. Doesn't get that lefty to go. But there's Mumford again. Oh, and a good cut just a little bit high for Greater X. Benitez, she's got a head of steam. Timeout. Mounties. Again, just that turnover bug might a little bit. Seems like that Holland defense has stepped up a little bit in the second half, along with taking care of the ball a lot better of the Hurricanes. So they've played a much better all-around second quarter than first. And like I said, the end of that first, it was a little bit tighter than it should have been probably. Now they have played Holland significantly in that first quarter, but didn't have the big lead that they bigger lead that they should have had. Bigger than 6 anyway. It was 16-10 at the break. It's 32-28 now for Holland. They played much more effectively in this second quarter, but defense seems to be speeding up the Mounties a little bit. When I say speeding them up, sometimes when you get a little turn up in intensity and pressure from the opposite team, even though you kind of run things, your head moves a little faster, your feet move a little faster, kind of move a little faster than you want. So the game's not moving as slowly as it was for you in the first quarter. And yeah, Holland seems to be speeding up the Mounties, making them make uncharacteristic mistakes a little bit. So that, I'm guessing, a little bit is what Coach Chase is talking about. I see him he's got his board out and his dry erase marker. He's drawing something up, talking to them a little bit about what they're doing offensively, I think, too. Just general movement stuff. When they get that screen roll action going and are patient with it, it's been pretty deadly. They've gotten pretty much any shot that they wanted. Haven't made them at as high percentage as they want in this first half, but they've gotten pretty much any shot they want. So so 5 for the Mounties. We got Philbrick, Thiesby, Caitlin Samard, Jillian Mumford, Maddie Greaterix. It's plaguing off Melander, Benitez, Sinnott, Dara McCabe. Three from the wing of Thiesby. Mounties back within 1. Sinnott. A little pressure on the wing. Over to Melander. Melander, she sees a piece of daylight. It's going up. That one was a questionable shot with Greater X down on her knees in front of her. Benitez with the crossover. Can't finish with the right hand. Well challenged there at the rim by Philbrick. Bothered her a little bit. Benitez felt like that should go back to the Hurricanes, but no can do. Philbrick's going to check out. Good minutes for her again. She's had a solid first half. Abby Miller checks back in for the Mounties. Careless inbounds for the Mounties. That's terrible, too, to give up to Benitez. How about an inbounds pass? Ooh, that was ugly. Screen roll action again. There is Abby Miller. It's up in the air. Luckily, he was able to find Samard. Finds his way all the way around to Greater X, but Greater X stepped out of bounds. Kind of a careless turnover for the Mounties. So, off that timeout, not the possession you want to see after that three-pointer for the Mounties. A couple of real bad turnovers. So now the Canes have a chance as we approach a minute left to push this lead out a little bit. 3 from the wing. Good box out there. Tough one from Abby Miller when it's an air ball. Sometimes it's tough on that. Corner. That was Samard, I think. Yeah, it was Samard. Got him a wide open 3 off the setup from Greater X, just short. Still good shot that time. Just didn't go. Flaking off to inbounds it. Lander going to be the one to bring it up against Mumford. Back to Benitez. Greater X watching her closely. Shake and bake from Benitez. Tries to get it up. Doesn't go in. More calls for fouls from Connolly on the bench. Really feels like the girls aren't getting the benefit of a whistle. Another open 3 doesn't go. Battle for the 3-board. Rebound, and Thiesby comes away with it. She's going to wait for a screen from Abby Miller. Yeah. It's the right call, and that fault goes to Thiesby. Miller gets the foul call. She's just got to wait set. Smart play from Benitez. If you feel that contact, especially directly behind you, the way the angle was that time. Go down in the heat, you probably get the call, and she did. Now 10 seconds left. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, too much hands there that time from Greatorex. Now Benitez is going to go to the line. 2 throws with 8.5 seconds left on the clock. First half.
Half line, number 10.
One on Matty Greatorex, having guarded Benitez most of this first half. That's saying something. The first one goes in for Benitez. The lead 4 now for the Canes. Timeout if Benitez makes the second. She does. Timeout. Now he's trying to draw something up. Going to the break, narrowing down this 5-point lead. See if he gets. No, he's not going to go to. I thought he might go back maybe to Tori Janes a little bit here as the half comes to a close. Operating in that screen role so effectively. Her decision making has been really good. Not that Greatorex is any slouch in that department, but Tori really seems to have a feel for it today. But gonna go stick with the 5 he's got. See what he draws up here. I imagine it will be something involving Abby Miller on a screen and roll of some sort. We'll see. I mean, the Canes they withstood an early drought and some early poor play, and they've really played a solid second quarter here. They've got Melander cooking a little bit. Benitez got downhill, got to the rack a couple times. And they've been solid defensively. 16 points in the first half, only 15 here in the second. For the Mounties, 26-15. They've been outscored, have the Mounties here in the second quarter. Let's see sort of a staggering screen up top here. If they can rush a little bit of pressure here from Holland, not a surprise, it's a smart play. Make the Mounties take some time off the clock, getting up the floor. Greatorex against the clock. Let's see if she can get one up. She does. It's long though. And the buzzer goes. It's a 5-point deficit for the Mounties heading to the locker room. 36-31 Hurricanes as we head to the break. Thanks for joining us, fans, here on ACAA TV today. Dave Tingley joining you here from the new revamped McCormick Gym. Thanks for joining the first half, and we'll see you back here in about 10:50.
Supposed to be 15. Yeah, mute him just so it's no signal going through. I can't hear you. Yeah, those should both be muted right now. SDI should be.
And welcome back, fans, to the second half of Game 1 of our doubleheader here from the overhauled new gymnasium here on the Mount Allison University campus here in Sackville, New Brunswick. My name's Dave Tingley on the call here on ACAA TV and YouTube, so go check us out. Go check me out if you want to on social media. I'm at Hoops Tingley on most things. Check me out on Twitter and say hi if you want. But this game, 36-31, here we are at the start of the second half. The second place on the women's side, Holland Hurricanes, and the fourth place, Mount Allison Mounties. Big game for the Mounties. Big second half ahead of them here. As we get going, Carla Benitez. Off to Lauren Armstrong, back up to Benitez from Belander. All the way around the horn, back to Benitez. Zone here now for the Mounties out of the locker room. Trying to change the momentum here a little bit. Benitez now, she's gonna work against the clock. She gets in, she finds Armstrong for a three. Pure. Looks like it's actually had to step in front of that line here now. So 2-pointer to start the half from Armstrong, 38-31 now. Nice kick ahead pass to Trail, back to Janes. Janes inside to Abby Miller. She's carved out spot. She didn't get it to go. Rebounded by Armstrong. Again, the story here a little bit. The finishing touch not quite there for the Mounties, where it is a little bit more effectively for the Hurricanes. Belander hustling after her own rebound. Well, looked pretty 50-50 there to me too, but Belander gets called. Going back the other way, only her first of the game. A little token pressure here, half-court pressure for the Hurricanes. They beat it easy to the Mounties. Well done, Mumford misses another bunny. Janes now. Swings it all the way over to Trail. Trail crosses over, gets into the key, finds Greatorex for an open three. Greatorex back rim, rebound, Hoylet. Two wasted trips for Mounties where they had makeable bunnies. Benitez, she's not gonna miss hers. The kick ahead pass from Hoylet. Benitez on the finishing end. Mountie again beats that press easy. Inside again to Miller. This time it's blocked from Belander, out of bounds. Gonna stick with the Mounties. Mounties have had 3 point-blank shots from their starting forwards, their starting bigs, and nothing to come of it. Abby spins, goes to the left. That one she gets to go. The most difficult shot of the bunch, probably. Armstrong couldn't deal with the spin. Turnover. Mounties back the other way. Trail, she's going to lay it in. Back to 5. Holland now trying to calm things down a little bit here against the Mount A press. Benitez comes and meets it. Gets it all the way over to Belander. Belander, she's going to get hit. Yeah, Maddie Greatorex was out of control there. I saw it coming a mile away. She was desperate to get there, seeing that it was Belander on the other end. Belander had 14 first half points to lead the team and the game. Now it ain't nobody in double figures. Abby Miller, that 2 gets her up to 9 on the game. Trail 6 in the first half for the Mounties. Belander. Predictably, the first 2 are good to go for Lisa Belander. All 3. Shock and surprise. She comes in at almost a 90%. She's probably over 90% now. Mumford, good catch. Ball finds it's all the way back around to Trail. Penetration isn't there. Back to Greatorex. Abby Miller now. She's gonna pop a jump shot and gets it to go. Good pull up there from Abby Miller. One dribble, pop. Down it goes. Hoylet. Laganoff swings it all the way over to Belander. Belander gets it blocked. Mumford collects, gets the block and the rebound. Jillian Mumford. Good close out there. Oh, pretty pass. Wide open 3. Does not go for Trail. Run down by Miller. Janes is going to have a wide open 3. Can she get it to go? She can. Second chances that Mount A's taken advantage of there. James trying for the steal, though. Not there. Down to 3 is this lead. Belander back to Benitez. Up to Plaganov. Plaganov's going to try a wild 3. Yeah, was not quite there. Good closeout from the Mounties. That was going to be crooked all the way. Belander needs to, Plaganov has not gotten her game off today the way that her partner Belander has. Mumford, good catch. Pretty look. Right to Abby Miller. Big to big. Pretty stuff from Mumford. The lead down to 1. And a pick off on that wild pass there by Abby Miller. She gets it back to Sophie Trail. Abby, familiar. Her on the floor in the middle of a game. Oh, Benitez read that perfectly. A little bit careless there from Greatorex. Benitez knew where that was going, and he knew where that one was going. Belander, that did not look like a 3. That was clearly a 2 to me, but they called it a 3. I don't even think that was really all that close. And Mumford gets called for a push there. I think they're discussing whether or not that was a 2 or a 3, I think. And Mumford, she's a little confused about the foul call. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Mumford, I can see what she's motioning to her coaching staff. They had kind of pushed her arm down, and she was just trying to get her arm loose. Yep, and they've corrected it and gotten it right. It was a 2-point basket, not a 3. You can see Belander and Coach Ryan Chase over here having a laugh about it. It was distinctly and clearly inside the 3-point line. So it's a 3-point lead for the Canes. Their ball. Moving the ball side to side here against this half-court half-court press of the Mounties. Plaganov does a real good job keeping it alive down there. Boy, that was a lucky bounce right into the arms of Lauren Armstrong for a lay-in. As Plaganov tried to split that defense and almost turned it over, but it rolled right to the right spot. Give her an assist, why not? There's no pictures on the score sheet. 2 points like anything else. Oh, Alexander with a nice move, but too strong. Too strong on the follow as well was Abby Miller. Alexander put into that extra effort again, keeping it alive. But again, the Mounties just don't have that finishing touch within 5 feet of the hoop. Costing them hoops here. 3 new ones in. Sinot. I want to pronounce it the way that I know a Sinot. So my apologies to the Sinnott family. I'm going to get your pronunciation right. Oh, no, she's not in yet. No, she's coming back to the bench. Molly Stedman does check in, as well as Danielle McKinnon. Now Sinnott is able to come in, replaces Hoylett. So it's James Trail, Alexander, Abby Miller, and Lauren Furlong now in the game for the Mounties. Furlong had to put up a 3 against the clock. Yeah, they're going to call that. And Coach Connolly asking what took so long. Sometimes if the defensive team cleanly gets a rebound and a break opportunity, they won't call that dead. But that one certainly was not that case, so they blew it dead in the end. Oh, almost a pick off there by Furlong. Didn't happen. Now Armstrong's got it against the clock. Under 3. They got to get it up, and they do from the corner. Oh, boy. Alexander mistimed the jump. It looked like she'd stepped out of bounds. She didn't. And then a foul up top from Carla Benitez. Kind of a wild action there, fans. And excuse me, as I said in the first half, if I'm hesitating a little bit about the calls here about who's shooting, who's passing, who's got what. The position that they've got us in here temporarily for the second half of the season until they have the stands in and everything else. I have to stand up here. I'm being blocked a little bit, so I don't have a full view of the action constantly. But that'll be fixed very soon in the spring when all the other features are added to the gym. Oh, that looked like tough footwork. Benitez was able to catch it. And goes up and is fouled. So 3 Mounties hit the floor at the other end going after that rebound. And Holland had the numbers going back the other way, and now they got a chance to push this lead out past 5. So it's Benitez, Stedman, Sinnott, McKinnon, and Armstrong, the 5 for the Hurricanes. For the Mounties, it's Abby Miller, Maddie Greatorex, Danielle Alexander, Katie Feasby, and Lauren Furlong. 2 misses at the line there for Benitez. Mounties still stuck 5, 4:11 clock run in third quarter. Wide open 3 available up top, and it's off the back rim from Furlong. Mounties, though, chasing after that rebound again. Fell right into the lap of Maddie Greatorex, who laid it up and in. Alexander took a shot. She hops up. She's being subbed out anyway. She could have stayed, though. She's shaking it off. Good effort from her on that rebound. She's one of the reasons that ball bounced right into Greatorex's lap. Philbrick's up, and she's going to check in here in a minute. It was Jillian Mumford in for Alexander there just now. Greatorex almost got the steal there for Armstrong. Benitez, handoff. 3 pop from the wing from Danielle McKinnon, no go. The rebound came down to Greatorex again. Feasby now. She's going to use the screen. Furlong doesn't want it. Now she uses the screen of Abby Miller. It's not there, all the way to the corner. That's going to be up and good for 2 from Miller, no hesitation. She had a back foot on the 3-point line. That's the kind of range that she has. That's why she's such a tough handle. Sinnott on the wing. Armstrong looks to split the D, not there, crosses over, gets it knocked away by Feasby. Now the ball's on the court. It's going to go back to the Mounties. Some good defensive possessions here from the Mounties. Abby Miller's going to check out for Philbrick, who's tremendous in the first half in her minutes. And now the Mounties here, as we head under 3 minutes in the third quarter, have a chance to take this lead back. Feasby, little UCLA cut there from Furlong, not there. Now she cuts through. Philbrick pops up. She's got that ball left-handed up to another lefty. Greatorex back to wide open 3 from Furlong. It bounces in and out. Philbrick there, cleaning things up. They're like Windex on the glass right now, the Mounties on the offensive end. Second opportunity after second opportunity. Outworking the Hurricanes there at that end right now. And they got the lead back. Furlong looking at the referee like, what was I supposed to do? Well, you know, a little bit had crowded up in, she was up in Carla Benitez's space just a little too much. Benitez, that step around, kind of no option but to give her a little knee there, Furlong, and she takes a seat on the bench. Trail's going to check back in here. Sophie Trail in for Feasby. Feasby had a couple good minutes there. Hoylett back in now for the Hurricanes. Belander as well, splits the D. Running one-hander, doesn't go. Philbrick gets the rebound, pushes the pace. Caitlin Simard now into the game as well. Greatorex spins back, finds Simard, not there. Gets it down to Philbrick now. All the way up top to Trail. She's going to pound it. And that was on, yeah, Mumford. See, that's the effort that Mumford gives I've talked about this in earlier games, the Crandall games, the effort that she gives just with her movement, cutting, screening, going for offensive rebounds, causes problems. And that's going to be a 5-second call, yeah. Well done there by the Hurricanes. Some of those out of bounds that they're late developing, and I know Maddie Greatorex wants to give all those movements a chance to go, but waited a little too long that time. Lander. Back up top to Hoylett. Dema back on the floor for the Hurricanes. Stedman was back out to Hoylett against the clock now. Under 5. Down to 2-1. It's got to be hoisted up by Amy Plaganoff. It was in and out. Cross-court pass. Wide open 3 out there is long. That was Simard, but the Mounties got it back, and a little kick ball there on the pass attempt, the backdoor cut from Greatorex from Trail. Kicked a little bit. 14 on the clock for the Mounties, 1:12 remaining third quarter here. Coming around that fence is Trail. Good, well defended there, but she finds Mumford. Mumford short, but look who's there, Philbrick. Having herself a game. That was a careless pass, but it worked out okay for the Mounties. Hoylett wasn't able to catch it clean and knocked it out of bounds. That long a pass against somebody like Hoylett, not going to get there with her athleticism. Trail, 5 on the clock, gets the screen. She pulls up, pops with the left-handed short. Pound on the glass again, where the Mounties, Mumford was in there. Just a little bit short. Belander, Plaganoff, fakes and pops and goes. Big shot for Holland. Plaganoff hasn't been on the mark today, but not lacking for confidence still. Oh boy, she had a venue to the basket there to Trail, but Simard spins and goes and gets hit. Well done by Caitlin Simard. She really had to come to that pass from Trail. She came and met it. Aggressive move in the key, and she's going to have 2 free throws, try to tie this game back up. 22 seconds exactly left in this third quarter. She makes the first. Mount A's played a pretty solid quarter here. Get themselves back in it after being down at the half, and they have come all the way, not quite. Looking for a stop here to end the third are the Mounties. Hoylett gonna look for a screen from Belander. Hoylett gets all the way into the paint, finds Plaganoff. Good closeouts from the Mounties though. It's gotta come all the way back to Hoylett. She goes baseline, up and in. Nicely done, Shalise Hoylett. And that's the way the third quarter is gonna come to an end. 52-49 Hurricanes. Well done by them against the clock here at the end of the third. Mount A closed out, but one. You can have 3 or 4 good closeouts. You need that 5th and 6th. Mount A missed one. And she was beaten baseline, was Philbrick that time. Maybe the only time I've said her name all day in reference to a mistake. But no, just didn't quite have the solid closeout she needed, and that's all Hoylett needs to. Just a piece of daylight there with how talented she is off the bounce, and that's how that third quarter ended. So we go to the fourth. Canes up 3 over the Mounties, 52-49. I get a chance to sit down between quarters. I'm standing up to broadcast this game in our new gym here with the not quite fully completed, but still looking pretty darn good in here. So yeah, fans, this is exciting for us Mount A alumni especially. Let's come in and see how pretty this gym is. And it's going to be something else once it's fully done in the spring. With the bleachers in and the banners hanging in here and the flags and everything else, that the finishing touches that are going to be put on here. But certainly the time and effort that was put into this gym's definitely going to be worth it can already tell here they got a brand new air exchange system, air conditioning system in here. The lighting is so much better, so much more comfortable in this gym. You can see already. So great stuff. This is really exciting. Stay tuned after this, fans, for the men's half of this doubleheader. Please and thank you. And fans, I hope you're hearing us better. We made a little bit of an adjustment. And I hope you're listening in. So say hi on social media at @HoopsTingley if you want to. Thanks for joining us here on ACAA TV today. I'll be checking the out-of-town scoreboard again here. Brought to you by me, because we don't have a sponsor for it yet. So this is my first I've done one MTA home game. You can't see me, fans at home, but I'm using quotations on that. We broadcast from Crandall. This is my first home game, real home game, broadcasting for the Mounties here since I took this over from the esteemed Mr. Steve Ridlington, who allowed me to have it. He could have kept it as long as he wanted to, that man. Good start to the fourth quarter. Tori Janes with the runner. And it's back to a one-point game. This is going to be fun, fans. Stay tuned. And we'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard here in a minute, our next opportunity. Down under 5 again. Familiar for the Holland Hurricanes lately. They got to throw one up against the clock, and it's wild from Armstrong. Rebounded by Janes. She kicks it ahead. Greater X doesn't want the three. She gets 2 feet in the lane, gives it right back to Janes. She's made one, didn't make that one. Hoylett collects the rebound. MTA almost had their hands on another offensive rebound. Hoylett fumbles it. Gets to Benitez. Benitez manages to stay in bounds and lose Greater X, but well done by Mumford coming over. Pardon me, Alexander coming over and bothering Benitez off that penetration. Trail. Over to Greater X. She gets it in the key. To Trail. Doesn't want the three. Abby Miller, she's going to drive lefty. Reach in from Armstrong, knocks it away. And then knocked away from her by Tori Janes out of bounds. Coach Chris Connolly feels like that call hasn't been made in his favor today. Feels like the Mount A guards are a little handsy with his players in the open court. Dema in the game, hands off to Benitez. Benitez to Hoylett. She goes into the corner. That's a long three over there from Armstrong. Tori Janes now. Mount A has one more chance here to take the lead back. Janes, hands off to Greater X. Greater X tries to spin back, but it's knocked away from Benitez. Janes, she's gonna pop now from the top. Doesn't go, but look who's there. Alexander, another offensive rebound. Can't get it to go though, blocked from behind. She's been all over that glass, the offensive glass though. Yeah, and a push from behind. It's a good call. Blaganoff was getting bodied pretty good there. Trail didn't agree with the call, but I do. So there. Miss Trail? No, I think she felt like Blaganoff stopped and kind of let her bang into her, but that's legal. That's legal. The ball's tipped. No, it isn't. Errant inbounds, back to the Mounties. Hoylett shakes her head a little bit there. Tori Janes gonna use the screen. No, little cross action there between post to post, and it goes down into Abby Miller. She's gonna try to get it up lefty, and she does. Boy, that's sweeping left-hander. Her favorite move, and it's tough to stop, even with the length of Dema. Couldn't get there to cut it off. She's had some easier shots today, but she's so comfortable with that left hand going that way. Belander looking for some daylight. Greater X not giving her a darn thing, and she travels. Maddie Greater X with the pressure over there. Turns it over. That's what Maddie's here for. Maddie is, if she's not the best defensive player in the conference, she's on the short list. She is a pest in all the good ways. Carving out space again down there is Miller, but that pops out. Oh boy, the easy ones are popping out. The tough ones are going in for Abby today. But lots of bunnies. Oh, Belander throws up a wild one. I think she thought she had more space than she had. Trail on the push. Smart play into Alexander. Alexander short, but keeps it alive, and it bounces in for Greatorex. Again, Alexander keep getting her hand on an offensive board. That's a couple of times. Her and Mumford both don't get credit for the rebound, or the hoop, but it's their creation just with their effort in the offensive glass. Armstrong has to go back door to get that pass from Hoylett. Now she's stuck, and that looked like a travel, but it's going to be a shot clock violation on the Hurricanes. And the Mounties, looks like they're playing 6-on-5 on this end right now. Holland can't get anything going. 55-52, 5:57 remaining. Fourth quarter. Says 3 up on the scoreboard, fans, if you see it up there, but it's the fourth quarter. Trying to go to Alexander. Alexander collects. A lot of pressure out there up top from Benitez. Alexander was looking down there for Mumford, who's come in for Abby Miller. So Feasby back on the floor as well. So it's Alexander, Mumford, Janes, Feasby, and Greatorex for the Mounties, as Plaganoff's going to check back in. So it's Smalley, Stedman, and Hoylett checking out. So it's Plaganoff and Belander, along with Dema and Benitez. Stedman, now Jane's going to pop another one. It's wide left, out of bounds, back to the Hurricanes. So Mount A shooting a low percentage today a little bit. That's what's causing their struggles. But for Holland right now, it's not that they're playing, not that Mount A's shooting struggles can't be attributed to Holland's defense. Don't get me wrong here, but Mount A's really stepped up the D. But that one will silence you quick. That wasn't bad defense, but Belander, she's just got a knack for making threes, difficult threes, with hands in her face, off balance, doesn't matter. She's almost got a higher percentage on those than on wide open ones, and that was pretty. Alexander didn't panic. She collected herself, calmly stroked that one through off the feed from Greatorex, lead back to 2. Benitez. Mount A's kept her in check a lot today. Belander going to try to force one. And she does, but she gets hit. She puts so much pressure on you because you know those just a little bit of daylight ones, you know she can make them. And you're already up so tight on her, it's tough. She's been fouled. I think that's her 3rd foul on a 3-pointer today. So she's going to go to the line here. And she shoots 90%. So you have to figure she's going to get the lead. You'll be surprised here in a minute and a half if the Hurricanes haven't wrestled the lead back here. Unless there's an announcer's curse, but I don't think the Nets moved on any one of these free throws from Belander today. And yep, there it is. And that's for Jinx. Sorry, Hurricanes fans. I apologize. I'm a Mounties guy, but still, I feel bad. But she ties her up, 57 all. As we pass the midway point here, 4:43 left, clock running. Fourth quarter. Trail uses that screen, and that's going to be called an illegal one. Alexander. And I'm not sure what the issue is. I have to watch it again. And Coach Ryan Chase is sort of awaiting. He wants to have a chat about what she's doing to get the foul. I didn't really see anything there. I mean, there was a screen set. She fumbled over. And I'm trying to hear what Coach Chase is, the point he's trying to make here. Didn't look like an offensive foul to me, fast speed. Now, that'll be the one I like going back and checking and see if I'm right. Oh, that was a nice sink there by Trail to take it away. She's on the run. She's going to challenge Benitez, pulls it back, finds Feasby. Oh, and a nice move there by Janes, but another missed layup by the Mounties. Abby Miller steals it away. Forget 2, give me 3, says Sophie Trail. That one worked out all right. But boy, all those bunnies that the Mounties are struggling with as Belander gets to the free throw line. And she is keeping the Hurricanes in it, is Lisa Belander. I don't have a running total. She's got to be up to she's got to be near 25 now on the night. Feasby pounds it left-handed up to Tori James. James going to use the screen from Mumford. Mumford, she knows she's got to get it up, and she does, and 1 against the clock. Mumford, good hands, good feet, good finish. Jillian Mumford, big hoop. Puts the Mounties up 3. Feasby out, Greater X in. Feasby did a good job in her limited minutes today. Took care of the ball. Played solid D. That's all you want out of your rotation guards, and she did a solid job. Gave Greater X a little bit of a rest. Maddie's back in now to pester Benitez for these last couple of minutes. First game in the new Mount A gym. Let's see if the girls can pull off a come-from-behind victory. Hoylett, watched by Mumford. She goes baseline. Between the wickets of Armstrong, back to the Mounties. Looking to push this lead out from 4. Sophie Trail. A little cross action from Mumford and almost good hustle there. I was going to say Abby Miller letting it roll out of bounds off the tip from Benitez. They got a little cross action going as an entry to start things. They're big to big screen. Little handoff there. Benitez got her hand in. I was concerned for a moment. It was knocked off a Greater X. It was not. Stays with the Mounties. Under 10 now on the clock. Abby Miller looks to Mumford. Ooh, that was had a little too much steam on it. Benitez now. She's going to try to turn the corner. Oh, she finds Belander. Forget it. Oh, my goodness. Surprise, surprise. Belander. Wide open 3. Doesn't make it. Mumford getting. Boy, that was a fight. 8 seconds, but look, it didn't pay off. That's what you get when it looks like she was getting molested there from all sides. No foul call, 8-second call instead. Good work for the Hurricanes. This has been kind of the way of the game. They've been letting them play. So you know what? If you're a Hurricane, you know that stuff's been let go all game. Why not? Get up and harass that rebounder. And they did a good job of it, forced that 8-second count. So new possession now here for the Hurricanes. Stuck 4, 2:40 on the clock. So it's been Lisa Belander, a lot of Lisa Belander here today in this gym. She's gotten to the free throw line a number of times. At least by my, I think 5 threes she's made, I think by my count at this point. And been fouled on 3 more and made 8 of the 9 free throws, I believe. So really effective work by Lisa Belander today. Not a big surprise, but Mounty's done a pretty good job on Carla Benitez. She's still done her thing. She's gotten to the glass. She's dropped some dimes, but not the huge explosive games we're used to seeing out of Miss Benitez so far this year. Mounty's done a pretty good job. They can throw a lot of different defenders at her. Largely the work, I think, of Maddie Greater-X, but Tori Janes and Sophie Trail both have done some pretty good work on her as well. So it's Mumford and Miller and Greatorex and Trail and Janes. For the Mounties, it's Belander and Hoylett, Armstrong, Benitez, and Plaganoff. The 5 for the Hurricanes. Crunch time here. Macaulay Jim. Belander facing a double team. It comes all the way around to Plaganoff, and that's the risk you run with the Hurricanes. I think that's the play exactly how they drew it up. I think they thought Belander would see a double team there, and Plaganoff, now she's made 2. Started off cold. Oh, Benitez with a big rebound over there in the corner against the pressure of Miller off the miss from Greatorex. Now, pardon me, now the Hurricanes all of a sudden can take the lead right back. Plaganoff. Mounties are watching both Plaganoff and Belander, and Benitez able to get through, not able to finish though. That's going to open up for Benitez a little bit if the Mounties have to be concerned about both three-point shooters being hot on both wings. Wide open baseline. Doesn't go, but it's off the face of Belander out of bounds. Abby Miller likes that little baseline, but she was long on that one. 7 to shoot for the Mounties. 1:37 remaining on the clock. Little handoff. Janes. Floating right-hander not there. Off the mark. Back to the Hurricanes. Mounties have relied on their defense here in the second half, especially this fourth quarter. It's been lights out. They need another stop. Clock didn't start, I don't believe. Definitely the 30-second clock. There's 22 seconds remaining on it. So they're going to reset that. Oh, they've turned it off, I think. Maybe it's, nope. There they go, 20 seconds. I thought it would be less than that. Yeah. They're going to change the game clock as well. All right, so they think the clocks in general didn't get to start, so big possession here for both teams. Plaganoff and Belander, both of Plaganoff in particular has come alive in the second half with a couple of threes. Now you gotta, gravity kind of pulls you towards her a little bit. Then on the opposite side of the floor, gravity pulls you towards Belander a little bit. So if you can get Hoylett or Benitez going downhill with those threats on the wing, causes a real crisis for the Mount A defense here late. But they're going to come together and chat about it as we're working out the clock issues. Should be able to. It's been a long break here as they discuss, the referees here, what exactly to do. They want to make sure they've got the clock situation worked out. Not sure what makes it complicated at the moment. I think it's, if you ran 4 seconds off the shot clock, you run 4 seconds off the game clock, but we'll see. So they have discussed and they are good. They're going to leave the game clock where it is at 1:29. And here we go. Belander swings it all the way over to Armstrong. Benitez cutting through the key. She gets met and she gets tied up. And the ball back to the Mounties. Benitez took a shot there, it looked like, as she was trying to rip the ball away. Maybe got poked in the eye. Gonna give her a second to shake out the cobwebs. No, it stays with the Hurricanes, excuse me. They pointed the other way originally, but it stays with Holland. Maddie Greatorex is going to be the one watching Benitez. I think it's going to find its way to her somehow. Great cut from Belander, and she's going to go to the line for 2 free throws as Abby Miller gave her a shot. And that's going to give the lead back to the Canes. Oh, Hurricanes fans out there going, you jinxed us last time. Don't jinx her this time. Plaganoff's going to check out. And Stedman comes back in. Belander makes the first. Tie score. Big free throw. And it's in. Lead back to the Hurricanes. 64-63, 1:18 clock running. Fourth quarter, big possessions here. Every single one. UCLA cut in the handoff. Trail's gonna penetrate. She's hit. She's gonna go to the line for free throws. Ooh. Nerve-wracking. And a little offense-defense substitution here for the Hurricanes. Stedman out. Her size is welcome on the defensive end. Plaganoff back in. Up and in on the first one for Tori Janes. Big second one here. Can she get the lead back? She can. Ice in her veins. Sophie Janes. Benitez now being watched by Mumford. Greatorex forcing that turnover. Trail. Spins. Goes with the left hand. Greatorex with the defense. Sophie Trail with Tori Janes, pardon me, with the offense. And the Mounties. The lead back up to 3. So, first game with the new clock, and they're still learning how to, the timeouts and the fouls and everything else are told up there, and the referees want to make sure that it's right so that they've got things right, especially in a tight game like this late. Greatorex watching Benitez very closely. Benitez, there's Belander. They close her out. She gets it off anyway. Back rimmed, rebounded. Out to Armstrong, gets it to Benitez. Benitez, she's going to try to go to the glass. It finds its way to Plaganoff, but she was short. And now a foul by Plaganoff. Tori Janes going to go to the line for 2 more free throws. She just made a couple. Can she do it again? She's going to shoot the first all by her lonesome here as the two teams gather together and chat things over. These are big ones. Real big ones. It's a 2-possession game here. As long as the Mounties, they have a discussion here. Belander gets one up. Make sure you don't foul her. It's happened 3 times today already. 5-point game here late. And the Mounties hop off the bench. Pretty excited to put a win on the board here in the first game in the revamped College Gym here on the Mount Allison campus here in Sackville, New Brunswick. Thanks for joining us today here, fans on ACAA TV and YouTube. My name's David Tingley. It's been a pleasure. It's been exciting. It's been an honor here, really, as an alumnus of the Mounties, basketball and otherwise, to call these games today. Looking forward to the guys' game up next. Make sure you stay tuned. The 8-1 Holland Hurricanes men against the 3-4 Mount Allison men. Mount A feels like they're better than that record. They're determined to prove it today. New name on the roster as well for the Holland guys that we'll be watching closely. We'll get into that at the end of this game, but this girls matchup has been a lot of fun. Canes started slow, played a great second quarter. Now they fought back a little bit in the third, a little bit more in the fourth, and steadily their defense has made an imprint on this game. Holland now finds himself stuck 5, no doubt conversation in that huddle is watch Belander, but whatever you do, don't foul her on a three-point shot. You've done it 3 times already today. I'd imagine. Yep, 14 on the clock. Into Armstrong. Benitez sets a screen for Belander. She gets off an open one. Wide left, though. Rebounded by Abby Miller, and she's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Well-designed play by the Hurricanes. Excellent work, Benitez. Good screener on top of being good at, well, just about everything else. Belander was wide left on that one. She's made way more difficult shots than that one today, has Lisa Belander. Terrific game from her. And Mount A's made their free throws here late too. Missed some bunnies, missed a lot of free throws early in the game, not late. Of course, I jinxed them. A Greater X trying to run that down. Oh, Hoylett, good job fending her off. 6-point game. 12 seconds left. Looking to get it to Belander. She's going to try to pop one up. Nope. It's going to be Plaganoff. Plaganoff. Short. Rebounded by Abby Miller. And that's how she's going to come to an end. The first win in the new gym for the Mount Allison Mounties. A comeback win over the second-place Holland Hurricanes here on the women's side. 70 to 64 it ends. Moving to 1-0 in the new place. Big one for the Mounties. And the girls are excited, and they should be. That's a really, really important win. Moves the Mounties to 6-2. Holland drops to 7-3. Stu's got a chance. I believe they've taken care of business today. They've gone to 7-2, so tightly bunched behind the Mount St. Vincent Mystics for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th here on the women's side. So fans, thanks for joining us. We'll be back here in about 20 minutes for the guys' matchup. Join us, won't you? We'll see you then.